Welcome back to my greenhouse. We've had a busy week, a lot of stuff going on. That's why we're running late. But today, we accomplished several things. First of all, though, let's take a look at our tomatoes. Look in through here, look. We're getting some really nice tomatoes forming. Got some back through there. Got some more over here. Look at these. Really nice, really nice. I'm really pleased with the way those are growing there now, and I'm doubling up on my trellises because if we have a trellis break, these guys are big enough now to topple everything over. So we've been busy with those. Our peppers, we're starting to get some flowers on them. We got flowers over here, over here. We have peppers growing over there. Come over here. Come over and see. Come over. Look. Look at the peppers growing in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Peppers growing nicely there. Back here we have zucchinis. We've got one down there. Got another one here. I see another female in there for later on. We'll get that one pollinated. I think this is a female, but I'm not sure. I pollinated it anyway. So those guys are doing great. We got lots of flowers here on the cucumbers, but I haven't seen any female ones yet. So we're keeping an eye out there. So what have we been up to? We've been up to our ears in carrot seeds. That's right. Today we planted 2,000 carrots. We didn't have a lot of space. Got them just 1.5 inches apart. That's what we did last year, and they turned out good. So we've got 2,000 carrot seeds planted. And just as we're starting that crop, we're finishing another one. Our hydroponic potatoes are done. So we decided that they've gone long enough. The plants were not looking so good anymore. We wanted to harvest the potatoes while they were still good. And we got a nice little batch of potatoes there. We had some for supper. They were really good. So let's get out in the garden there and get at those carrot seeds. We had a little bit of rain last night, and it dampened this ground really nice for doing the stamping. As you can see, the holes, I'm getting the holes turned out really well. We have 1,000 of each of these types of seeds. I really don't think we're going to be able to get 1,000 in the bit of soil that we have here. But we're going to plant them 1.5 inches apart and put in as many as we can. Now while I'm stamping out this one, Roxanna's over in the other bed because I've already stamped that one. So she's working away with the volcano seeds there now, getting those put in. One in each hole. And we have found that we normally don't have to thin out our carrots. So what goes down is one for every carrot, and if this year works out to be the same as past years, we will end up with 1 carrot for every seed. Now for anybody who's not familiar with the pelleted seeds, each seed is covered in a very small pellet made of clay. And once the clay gets wet for a few days, that pellet cracks open and begins to dissolve, and the seed is welcome to grow. But it makes them so much easier to handle and to put in the holes and so on. Even counting them is so much easier. At first, when we used to get the pelleted seeds, they were all just a beige color. And that worked great for planting them, but you never knew what you had where. So now they have them done with different colors. So I know right offhand that the ones that are green are going to be volcano, where the Napolis are beige. So during planting and that, it does make it easier to keep track of them. Now, it's got nothing to do with the color of the plant or anything else, but in the early stages like this, you know that your seeds aren't mixed up or whatever. And we have a handful left here. So I'm going to finish filling this one up over here with these seeds. Now I think last year we probably had about 1,600 or so. I don't think we planted 2,000 last year. Maybe 1,800. That number seems to come to mind. Very gently though, so you don't roll them out of the holes. Alright, so just gently going over them with your hand rolls a little tiny bit of soil into each hole, just enough to cover the carrots. So that's what we're doing here now. We don't want to go too hard because we will roll the seeds right out of the holes. This seems to work well. Now carrots only go about 1/4 of an inch in the soil. So we're just sprinkling a very small amount of soil on top of these here. The problem that a lot of people have with carrots when they're planting them is they plant them too deep or they plant them too shallow. If they're too deep, they're going to struggle to come up through. They won't be getting the same amount of heat coming from the sun penetrating the soil. Now if they're too shallow, what happens as soon as you get a little bit of water, that water washes them all down in little pools, and then you end up with nothing but a cluster of seeds in a place where you don't want them to grow. So we're covering them up just enough to keep them still and to help the seed have some moisture on the top of it, or help the pellet to have moisture on the top, because that's required in order to help to soak that apart. But at the same time, we're going to be protecting these anyhow. We're going to cover them up with cardboard, as you'll see now the once. And with that, we're going to soak it down. Because if your seeds dry out at all during the next week, they're not going to go. They just won't grow. And we've seen this so many times, and I've talked to so many people who didn't realize that they have to be kept moist for a full week. Now, I don't know exactly what happens, but I suspect you've got a little clay oven there with a seed in it. And if it dries out and you get your sun shining down on that, I think you're ready to start baking seeds. And I think that's probably what happens. They end up getting baked. So they have to stay moist. And we keep them out of the sun by covering them with cardboard. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get our cardboard ready and get this covered up. Before doing that though, they are going to get a very light sprinkling of water, because I want to make sure this ground is nice and wet for them, to help to get these shells or pellets that are on the seed to open up. So let's get to it. Now in the house a few minutes ago, I took 3 or 4 seeds and I put them in a little cup, and then I added some just lukewarm water, which is what this will be now when the sun gets on it. And they were only, I'd say 5 minutes, and they were breaking open. So a good wetting now before we put the cardboard on. And the cardboard will help to hold that moisture down. And then they should start opening up and germinating within a few days. Usually within a week. we check them every day or two to make sure that they're not already coming up.
All right.
Looks like we may have enough cardboard. Now we need a few rocks to hold that down, because guaranteed we're going to get a bit of wind. We always have wind. Now during the next week or so, we will be keeping this wet, night and day, because if it dries out, we'll lose our seeds. So the cardboard will help keep the ground moist. Got a few other small spots here we got to cover up. But I'll probably set up, you know me, with a little bit of automation, a sprinkler on a timer or something to keep this wet. We'll be trying to keep the water off the onions, as we don't want those watered during the hot daylight hours. So that's about it for the planting of our carrots. We'll give them 3 or 4 days, and then we'll start peeking under, have a look, see what's happening. When we see that they're sprouted, maybe 1/4 of an inch or so, then we should be safe to remove the cardboard and the rocks, and they should be well underway to being a good crop of carrots this year. Only thing left to plant now, we've got some peas to go in. We'll get those done soon. Well, here we are with our last episode of our hydroponic potatoes. As you can see, we still have a fair bit of nice green growth here, but some of the other growth is dying off. I think if we wanted to, we could probably keep these potatoes going for another while, but it just takes a little bit more time and management than I have time for. So right now, we're going to clean this up and see what the final harvest will be, and start to disassemble our system, and we'll call it end of our experiment for this year. Though we saw these, and this particular plant even, go to flower long ago, it still kept on growing and kept on producing. So that's quite interesting. A lot of weight there. All right, let's see what we can do here. See if we can pull anything up through. Doesn't really want to come up through, does it? It's pretty big down there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to trim it here, and we're going to pick up things from the bottom. And they should come out as one big mass. Whoop, there she goes. All right. Come in here a little bit. Look at this. Look at this, potatoes. Wow, that's pretty good. And we're going to put that right down there, and we're going to start taking those potatoes off. You want to grab onto these potatoes. So we'll just snip these as we're going here. See what we get out of it. Well, some of those are not a bad size. We can probably pick those, can we? Yes. Yeah, there we are, look. And some of them had those little white nodules like we saw before, and didn't seem to hurt the potato any. They're nice, firm potatoes. Washed. See what's here. Alright, so we're just going to lift this one right up. Alright, so we got a few potatoes over there. What I'm going to do, you want to hold that one up, and I'm going to reach in. I'm just going to trim this right off and take out the works. And just look, we still have small potatoes starting there. But for now, we'll take this here. Take this right out. And we have another one down there. That's all red potatoes. So I'm going to reach in and grab those the same way. Right there. I see one more way back there. Here we go. It's red potatoes. They all seem to have these little spots on them, but that's fine. So this is our final harvest. We're after having a couple meals here now. And I guess it wasn't about how much can we produce. It was about, are we able to produce? And now that we know we are, if we were to manage this and look after it a little bit better, we probably could make this a worthwhile venture to grow potatoes in the house through the winter months, which is something we normally wouldn't even think about doing. So that's it with our hydroponic potato experiment. It did go through the winter months. We produced some really nice tasting potatoes. We're going to have some of those with supper tonight. I understand we got a few pork chops on the go. It's going to be good. So we'll get the system cleaned up over the next couple of days, and we're going to see what happens next year. Who knows? We may end up with a bigger system, or we may start this up again with a few additions to it. We'll see what happens. Thank you very much for joining us today as we planted our carrot seeds and finished off our hydroponic potatoes. If you enjoyed this show, give it a thumbs up. If you like the shows we're doing and you enjoy this channel, you're getting something out of it, consider subscribing. It helps us a lot. Until next time, we'll see you later. Right here in the greenhouse.